You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual.
He said something on Diddy I've never heard him say before. Never. I've never heard him say before. And he says, I've never done movies like this, and the reason why you never give up your man card. I'm like, Terrence, what do you mean man card? He said, you know what I'm talking about. I said, are you saying what I think you're talking about? Yes.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. Where to go through anything I went through, I don't wish that upon anybody.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card.
It has been hard to overlook Justin Bieber's downward fall. Fans have been wondering what really happened to him because of his eerie performances and dramatic outbursts. And now that Diddy is in jail, rumors about Justin's early years in Hollywood are coming back to haunt him. Tales that depict treachery, exploitation, and manipulation in a terrifying way. Terrence Howard recently revealed something shocking that may alter our understanding of Justin's ascent to popularity. He revealed the unimaginable. A sinister Hollywood custom that Justin could have been coerced into as a youngster. Even though Justin hasn't spoken, the wounds from what happened to him are still there today. What caused Hollywood to allow this to occur? How had he treated Justin? And after all these years, how is it still ruining him? Join us as we dissect the startling revelation made by Terrence Howard, because after hearing this, you won't have the same perspective on Justin Bieber or Hollywood. What if I told you that every actress, musician, and Hollywood celebrity you've ever adored had to sacrifice something much more valuable than skill in order to achieve success? The starting reality of what really goes on behind the scenes in Hollywood was been made public by Terrence Howard. And believe me, it's more sinister than you may think. According to Terrence, every rising celebrity must submit to a frightening initiation ceremony known as the V card. He explained how this sacrifice is required by Hollywood's elite managers in order to gain fame and power. He claims that once you give it up, you're no longer who you were. You're dominated, soulless, and there's no going back.
You give up those things. But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from, so maintain your man card.
Terrence, however, didn't stop there. Fans were startled by another revelation he delivered. Justin Bieber was not another person who fell prey to this corrupt system. Among its youngest targets was him. Terrence said Justin had paid an unthinkable price. Terrence even implied that Justin and other well-known figures in Hollywood had to give up something valuable in order to maintain their position in the business.
Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, No matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
Justin Bieber was simply a wide-eyed adolescent looking to make an impression when he first met Sean Combs. Justin didn't realize at the moment how drastically his life would alter after agreeing to spend 48 hours with Diddy. Not in the manner he had anticipated. It was a harmless enough agreement. He had no clue how his life would alter forever, and not in the manner he had hoped. After agreeing to spend 48 hours with Diddy, it was a harmless enough agreement. Diddy gave Justin opulent presents that would make anybody feel like a king or queen, including a sports vehicle and a lavish house. But let's face it, nobody provides such presents without expecting anything in return. According to him, Diddy had complete custody of Justin over those 2 days. What really took place in those 48 hours? The aftermath speaks for itself, yet no one can say for sure.
So, as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So, every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
Alright, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives.
So these videos of Diddy with Justin Bieber when he was only 15 years old are resurfacing. And the one thing that I want to ask is, why was a 40-year-old hanging around with a 15-year-old? Why did no one think that was an issue or a red flag? And also, listen to what he says in this clip.
They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
This is literally the definition of grooming, and Justin, who was only 15 here, he was new to the industry and definitely very impressionable. Now that all these new allegations of Diddy have been exposed, it makes watching this video so much more disturbing.
Justin abruptly canceled a significant opportunity shortly after their time together, which couldn't have happened by accident. Did it include guilt, fear, or anything more sinister? Whatever it was, Justin quickly started to distance himself from Diddy and stopped interacting with him in the same manner. But Diddy made sure Justin didn't get away. He pushed Justin to stay in contact as he was trapped in front of the camera. However, here is where the situation becomes much more disturbing.
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we've become friends in a strange way, you know?
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like, exactly.
I'm Big and you're Robin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, you know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
However, here is where the situation becomes much more disturbing. It seemed as if Justin and Diddy were pals when they first began going out together. However, when Diddy issued a terrifying threat to Justin to remain silent about their previous escapades together, their interpersonal dynamics were evident. Even then, you could see the terror in Justin's eyes, and the tension at that moment was evident. The fact that Diddy was well established and Justin was a budding singer meant that many were perplexed as to why a 40-year-old was spending time with a 15-year-old. Well, it's everything with what Terrence revealed. For years, people have been making assumptions. Power was at stake here, not only control. Diddy desired Justin's closeness. However, why? What did he have to defend? Not alone are the answers disturbing, but they also fit into a much bigger conspiracy inside Hollywood. However, Justin Bieber's nightmare with Diddy was just getting started. It is far worse than what Terrence Howard and others have alluded to. A Hollywood system that is set up to take advantage of up-and-coming celebrities like Justin, while everyone else looks the other way. When Joe Budden referred to Justin as fresh meat, he didn't hold back. The industry didn't see Justin as a human being. He was a chance to control, take advantage of, and make money. Furthermore, Budden said that Diddy was doing more than simply running the show in the background. According to reports, he was introducing Justin to other members of Hollywood's exclusive circle. And the chilliest thing is that one man's dominance did not just affect Justin. He was ensnared in a field that saw him as a commodity rather than a human being. They not only disregarded his pleas for assistance, but they also made the system that broke him possible. However, what happens to a person who has experienced such profound exploitation? Justin's own eerie reflections and the symbolism he left in his songs hold the key to the solution.